Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video I'm going to be talking about the step up spawn that just came out with a few armors, and then it's pretty much just weapons. It's really weird because that's what they pretty much did. What they did is they added, for the new Adley gear, they added the armors and weapons in here, and then for like the rest of everything is just straight up weapons. So it's really odd. I kind of destroys the point of the weapon step up spawn. But anyways, I don't know what the idea was with them. I guess they just got lazy, or maybe they were just drunk overnight and they're just like, okay, click and done, and boom. I hope that's that way with the rates though. I hope they got stupid with the rates and it's low key actually super good. But anyways, moving on from there, this step up spawn is going to feature at the very end. When you get to the third step, every of the featured gear is going to be of 35 cost or higher. This is very good because weapons are actually going to be one cost behind armors and monsters. So while monsters are 37 and armors are 37 cost, weapons are going to be 36 cost. That scales the same for the 35 cost weapons and any weapon sets they came out with. I think at past 32 and 33s, I think. Anyways, moving on from there, yeah, that's pretty much how it works out. So 35 cost weapons and 36 cost weapons. 35 is the second highest cost in the game. 36 is the highest cost in the game. The higher the cost, the more stats they're going to give. But there's one exception to this rule, is gem spawns will give more than free-to-play event weapons will give. So keep that in mind while you're playing these missions and you're farming or doing whatever you're doing to actually increase your gear score. Anyways, moving on from there, it's a 45 weapon step up spawn. I wish it was a little lower. Going back to how they were with the monster step up spawn, weapons and armors compared to monsters, noticeably harder. Monsters are noticeably harder to get. Absolutely. The first big example that's a no-brainer, even if you're new, that actually like lets you know if you're not doing events, the treasure spawns they come out with, whenever they come out with featured treasure spawns, significantly easier to get the weapons and armor than it is the monsters. So I wish they would lower the gems, how much gems they actually cost, especially considering how much they have in here. I wish they would lower it, but it's not a bad deal. It's a decent deal, I guess I should say. Decent is the key word there. Yeah, definitely. If they not significantly lower it, but like make it like total of like 40 gems or 35 gems, and I think we got a good deal right there. But anyways, moving on from there, and the reward pool, the cost 25 or higher is absolutely going to be cost 25 or higher. No feature gear is going to be for the second step up. What I wish they did for the second one is they added rates up, and it was for like the feature gear, like what they did with the monster step up spawn. Instead of having it like guaranteed, I wish they offered, like, for a lower cost, I wish they had rates up for the featured gear, because if they did, that would make it a lot more stable, and you would actually have chances to get a lot more of the featured gear. You would actually have a shot of getting more than one featured gear when you do a full step up. You would, because rates up, they would allow you to actually have, like, with these rates they have right here, you actually obtaining some of the new gear, I would say is about as same as attaining all the other stuff in here. And considering that like they have so much more stuff in here than they do just the feature gear right here, you will be having a difficult time kind of pulling it. I'm not gonna lie. If you had rates up though, it would stand out definitely, and you would actually have, I wouldn't say a fair shot compared to this game. Overall though, I wouldn't say it's exactly a fair shot, but you would actually have a fighting chance to actually obtain more than one featured gear piece. I wish they did that instead of this guaranteed 25 cost, because with the 25 cost guarantee, right, it's pretty much offering the same SSR rates. So you're probably not going to get any feature gear whatsoever, if at all, unless the guaranteed rate is good for the guarantee piece. If not, then you're out of luck. You're absolutely out of luck. Anything else you would be spawning out of those 10 spawns that you will be doing for that 15 gems is most likely, very likely not to be of the feature gear. You might get an SSR, but it's probably not going to be the feature gear ever. Anyways, moving on from there, yeah, the last step up offers from 35 to 36s. Like I said, they have a really long list going from Nors to the forest stuff right here. These are for the extra classes, by the way. To the entangling stuff, the divine testaments is definitely for the if you're running a critical build, not Fatal Testament. If you're running Fatal Testament, these aren't needed. But if you're running like a attack, the Noah gear, the attack constant ups with the critical chance ups, definitely those words, that's going to help for that. Same for this. Anything with Divine Testament, I'm just going to skip all the Divine Testaments. Any Divine Testaments are pretty much going to be around that. And then the Art ofs are pretty much a near meta skill. These right here are helpful in a lot of scenarios in Unison League, both player versus enemy and player versus player. Definitely Art ofs really help overall. So yeah, those are very nice as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what they offer in here. It's a very long list. So personally, I would recommend this for people who are going to be multi-classing, because if you're multi-classing, it's not going to hurt you as bad. If you're not multi-classing, if you're specifically working on one class, maybe two classes, I would stay away from this. This is a little too risky, too much of a wide choice in scenarios of what you could actually pull out in this. If you're multi-classing though, it's not going to hurt. It's a pretty dang high cost for what they have to offer. So it's not a bad deal cost wise, but it's completely random on what you're going to get out here. It's a low cost for the stuff, but it's a bit risky. There's risk involved, a lot more risk involved than just doing, like, let's say for example, a class spawn. Class spawns are guaranteed to be the weapon of your class. All you gotta do is click on it, you spawn it, and it's going to be infused 4 times, so you're getting good infusion. It could be anywhere from 33 to 35 cost, so it's going to be a little bit lower of the guaranteed. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit lower cost guaranteed. The higher the cost, by the way, if you're unaware, for all you people, the more gear score it's going to give. Only exception is event stuff. It's going to be weaker than gem spawn stuff. That's the only exception. It's going to be by a few costs if you're wondering. Let me go back on it. It's going to be a few costs weaker if you're wondering. Event compared to gem spawn stuff. But anyways, moving on from there for sure now. Definitely with the class spawn, it's going to be a bit lower cost, like said. But you might actually get 35s, because 35s are going to be the highest. Maybe 36s if they have a featured list. If they offer like a feature set for that one, you might get a chance to get 36, but it's going to be extremely low, so I wouldn't really count it. But you do have a chance to get 35s, but most of the time you're going to get 33s out of there and what's not. And then you got stuff like treasure spawns. These are for a bit more people who could spend a little bit. Pretty much how they work out is if when they come out with like really easy to obtain metal ones like these, where it's like 1k in the jackpot and then like 400 one of the side chests, 600 one of the side chests, you can keep spawning until you get like, what is it going to be like? Usually it's going to be around 2k. These ones are 2.5k. It's still not bad. Pretty much just gotta do that until you get that. And like said, you could choose between the armor and the weapons guarantee. So it's gonna be that high cost guarantee, probably the highest cost depending on what you're doing. And it's gonna be what you want guaranteed, because you're allowed to exchange it for whatever you want right here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be easy. Those two are at least some guarantee ways I know of. There's certain to be sometime, maybe like, I'm not sure whenever they feel like it, they're going to come out with really special spawns like 4th anniversary or Black Friday or something like that, where they might not have a lot of risk involved. But definitely if you're not multi-classing, I would definitely try to avoid this. I can't say for sure whether you might be able to, but again, it's going to be pretty risky. So just keep that in mind, and that's just a fair warning for all you out there that are not multi-classing. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.